at this pad. Like, be for real. Look at the size of this pad. This is bigger than my head. Anxiety would have me watching the cameras 24/7. And if I'm watching your cameras 24/7, I might as well just watch my kid. You know what I'm saying? As a baby, why are you crying because you're tired? Because if you're so tired, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Not me getting the lighting good on the first take. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ebony. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join the family. And if you're not new here, I know y'all mess with me like I mess with y'all, so what's up? Right now I am in my son's closet. He's taking a nap and I just can't risk waking him up, so I'm in the closet recording this video because I really wanted to get this done for y'all. I posted to my story for you guys to ask me some questions about pregnancy, postpartum, anything baby related. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do that because I put that up on my story, so you could have been involved in this, okay? Just turning the camera on has me so excited to even do this video because I'm just like, I'm so excited to just answer these questions and talk about all things baby related because I love my baby so much. I look fucking amazing. Wow. I look good. Was it hard to return to work after giving birth? I'm gonna tell y'all this. To be completely honest, it was not. And let me tell you why I say that, right? Originally, after I gave birth, I was like, man, maybe I should go local. You know, I just moved into my new house. Maybe I should go local truck driving and put my baby in daycare, and then that way I can just be home with him every day and still be able to make more money because I'm still doing a truck driving job. The problem with that is most of local jobs require you to work 10 or 12-hour shifts. And I feel like I'm obsessed with my baby, y'all. I'm obsessed with my baby, and it was just not giving be away from him for 10 to 12 hours. And they have these expensive daycares where they have 24-hour surveillance, and you can connect it to your phone and log on, be able to see all the time what's going on at the daycare. But I just feel like my anxiety would have me watching the cameras 24/7. And if I'm watching your cameras 24/7, I might as well just watch my kid. You know what I'm saying? So it just didn't make sense for me. So what we decided was to take the baby with us over the road while he's small, and he is just eating and sleeping for the most part anyway. So right now he is definitely on the road with us. Make sure I check out my trucking vlog that I just posted. It'll be up before this, but you can kind of see what like a day in the life with us is like while having the baby and we're driving over the road. But I love it. I'm glad I made that decision. I feel like what I'm working on right now, I can't say too much, but the goal is to have him off the truck when it's time for him to start crawling and moving around so that he doesn't feel restricted. I want him to live his best life. So I definitely want to be home more when that time comes. But yeah, I just didn't really want to put him in daycare. And so me and his dad made the decision to bring him on the road with us. So it wasn't hard to return to work because we just got him on the truck with us, and it's amazing. Are there any cons to breastfeeding? Are you happy you made the decision? Honestly, I love breastfeeding. I feel like it is such a bonding moment for me and my son. I'm so glad that I made that decision. I wouldn't want it any other way, to be honest. The cons, making sure you pump, because you don't want to like mess with your supplies so much and have it up and down. So you want to pump consistently, but as y'all know, I'm a truck driver and I've been back on the road and my baby is with me, so whenever he's hungry I just feed him on my boob, and so I haven't really been pumping because I don't really have a reason to, and I haven't been home. So the fridge on my truck, if you know, then you know that breast milk is only good in the fridge for 4 days and it's good in the freezer for like 6 months, but the fridge on my truck can only hold it for 4 days. And so I don't really see why I would just be pumping to throw the milk away because I can't do anything with it. But the other con is because I haven't been pumping consistently, when we came home on home time, we went out and I needed breast milk for Jeremiah's aunt who was going to be watching him while we were out, and I had to pump to get that milk. And so I was like, dang, my supply is kind of down now because I haven't been pumping consistently. I've just been feeding him off the boob. So I had to hurry up and pump and try to get enough milk and get my supply up to be able to supply her with enough milk to be able to feed him while he was with her. So for me, the only downside is really just making sure like the pumping situation, because I don't exclusively breastfeed, I do pump as well. But that's, I mean, if you can even consider that a con. Just to spin off that question, somebody said, how is your breastfeeding journey going? Any tips? For me, it's going amazing. My baby latched on from like day 2 at the hospital. The first day, if you watch my labor and delivery vlog, if you haven't, this is a plug, go watch that. The labor and delivery video showed that the first night he wasn't really like latching onto the boob, and he was kind of having trouble getting onto the right boob. He was getting onto the left boob. I ended up having to squeeze a little bit of milk out of my boob and put it onto this really tiny little spoon, and we were feeding him with that spoon. So I haven't really had any really struggles through my breastfeeding journey. Any advice for labor and delivery and things that should be in your hospital bag? Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, if y'all know, y'all know. I made a video saying, new moms, what are y'all putting in y'all hospital bags? I want to make sure that I bring everything I need. I'm going to be so completely honest. When I tell y'all they had everything that you could imagine at the hospital, the only things I ended up using, because I still didn't pack a heavy hospital bag because y'all kind of told me you don't really need that much stuff. The only things that I ended up using was an outfit for me and the stuff to take a shower, an outfit for me, an outfit for the baby that he went home in, and that was it. I do regret not bringing a nail file because he came out and his nails were sharp as. They don't carry nail files at the hospital, and you can't clip their nails because they're too small of a baby to do that, and they don't want to get the nail confused with the skin. So my suggestion, just make sure you bring a nail file for the baby because you're gonna need it. The next question is, did you have to wear a diaper after birth, and did you have a doula? Okay, so for the diaper part, I did not have to wear a diaper. I seen people saying that they suggested you should do that, but honestly, no. It didn't give diaper for me. What I did have, which is what the hospital provided me, were these panties, okay? They're like mesh type panties, and they're like this big. And then they also gave you a pad that's like this big. Hold on, I might still have them. Hold up. I'm fucking dead, y'all. I still got them. Look. Okay, let me show y'all, right? So these are the panties. Okay, tell me I was not exaggerating about the size just then. These are the panties, and they are white, and they stretch so soft, so comfortable, feels like you have nothing on. Look at this pad, like, be for real. Look at the size of this pad. This is bigger than my head. This pad is so long and so thick, but it was so comfortable, y'all, and essential. Okay, this is what I wore. I did not wear a diaper. Did you have a doula? I did not, but I feel like my next go round, I definitely would want to do that. I think the problem is that I already didn't want to get a lot of ultrasounds while I was pregnant, so I was going to my doctor's appointments. But if it was ones where I felt like it wasn't necessary, I wouldn't go to them. I just didn't want to have that much like overly care while I was pregnant. The good kind, but you know, the kind that's needed and necessary, like, you know, anatomy scans and stuff like that. But I just did not want to be in the hospital all the time, going to visits, and then like at the end of my pregnancy, like when they say, oh, come every week, like absolutely not. But I feel like a doula would be able to be connected with me a little bit more, and I feel like a little bit more personable. But as again, I'm a truck driver, so I was on the road, and so making those kind of appointments with a doula would have been hard, and I feel like I kind of would have been paying them for no reason. But I feel like the next time I want to do that, definitely a doula, a black one, to be very clear. How was pregnancy on the truck? Did you sleep comfortable, or were you nauseous while driving? So I had the smoothest pregnancy in the world. Like, it was so smooth except for one thing, because she asked if I was nauseous while driving. I'm gonna be completely honest, y'all. I literally threw up until I was like 6.5 months. I was throwing up for the first 4 months like 3-4 times a day. No food. I would eat, it would come back up, and I was just so irritated, but I had to eat. So I was throwing up like 3-4 times a day, and then after that it slowed down a little bit. I was throwing up maybe like once or twice, and then it got to a point where I was like throwing up maybe like 2 or 3 times out the week, and I was so happy about that. But I was always throwing up. So I don't think it had anything to do with me driving. I just think it was just, that was just how my pregnancy was set up for me to go. It wasn't morning sickness, it was all day sickness, and I don't think it had anything to do with the truck, to be honest. But pregnancy on the truck was great. It was kind of hard because what I was doing was struggling to schedule my drive time with my home time and making sure that my doctor's appointments lined up with that. So it got a little bit chaotic, but every time I was coming off of the road, I was, you know, mostly doing so to go to a doctor's appointment, which wasn't, like I said, that often, but I would kind of plan around that basically. how was your hair during and after? Did you continue to take your prenatals postpartum? So my hair was in a ponytail. Again, watch my labor and delivery video. My hair was in a ponytail because if you've seen that video, then you know when I went to the hospital, I wasn't actually going to the hospital because my water had broken. I was going into labor. I actually ended up going to the hospital because I didn't really feel my baby kicking and moving as much as he does on a normal basis at night. And so I went in just to have him checked up on, and I didn't know I was going to end up having my baby, so I didn't like get braids or anything in my hair to prepare for that. But at that point I was already like I was 5 days past due. Like I was 40 weeks and 5 days, and they was like, yeah girl, get this baby out of here. Going along with that, somebody asked, any hair fall? Y'all, yes. And I didn't even see any hair loss or shedding until I was already 3 months postpartum. Let me show y'all what this looked like. I'm about to insert a clip. Let me show y'all what this looked like. I was so scared. I was so scared and so nervous because I was like, oh my god, my hair is falling out in chunks. I mean huge chunks, big chunks, and it was like the whole length of the hair. You know, it wasn't just like little strands that was falling out here and there, y'all. It was like, y'all seen that footage. That was so scary. So that was the first wash day when I seen a ton of shedding. It all like happened all at once. And then this is what my hair looked like the second time after I washed it after that time. So it was a little less shedding, but it was still a lot, and I just was like so right now I'm trying to figure out exactly how to combat that, because it didn't happen to me in the beginning. It started to happen after 3 months. And I did continue taking my prenatals because I'm breastfeeding. Any doctor, lactation specialist, anybody will tell you if you're still breastfeeding, they want you to take your prenatals as long as you are breastfeeding. I guess that just has something to do with you getting the vitamins and things that you need to be able to pass down to the baby. So yes, I am still taking prenatals. Did you feel prepared for your experience, or are there lots of surprises? You know what? My entire TikTok feed was full of new mom and doulas and, you know, just so many birth related things that I felt so educated before I gave birth. I felt so in the know about a lot of things that I had no idea about before because I wasn't a mom and I didn't even need to know or look this stuff up. So I felt really prepared when it came to that. I think like you hear people say stuff like, oh, you're not going to get any sleep, or oh, enjoy them while they're young, they grow so fast, blah, blah, blah. So I had those things in the back of my mind, and so I didn't know exactly what that meant or how much sleep I was going to lose or how it was going to go. But now that I'm a mom, I don't feel like I had a lot of surprises, but there are some things where it's like, whoa, like I didn't know that babies just be crying when they tired. And I just feel like, as a baby, why are you crying because you're tired? Because if you're so tired, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. You are screaming to the top of your lungs and it's all because you're tired? Like, what? That was crazy to me. So like my son usually only cries when he's hungry, and then I feed him and he's good. But whenever he's sleepy, he be crying to the top of his lungs, and me and his dad be looking at him like, why are you hollering? Why are you screaming? I mean, like screaming so loud. And then you give him a couple rocks and he just, girl, eyes go to twinkling and he be out. So there's a couple of little small things that were surprises, but not really. I feel like I was the mom that just was like constantly on Google and watching YouTube and watching TikTok about mom stuff. And so when he came, I was like, wow, I might have overdone it. Because now that he's here, I'm like, it wasn't even that, like it wasn't even as scary as I thought it would be. Being a mom is so amazing and I love it. So like, yeah, I probably got a little Chanel bags under my eyes, but like it ain't that bad though. Like it's decent. Does your baby sleep through the night? If so, what's the trick? Y'all, okay, this is probably gonna bore y'all to death, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. So my doctor told me that whenever you are asleep, your baby is usually up, moving, and active. Whenever you are up, your baby is usually sleeping. So she said that like the movement, the walking, all of that rocks your baby to sleep essentially inside the womb. The thing with this is most people work during the daytime, 9 to 5, you know, even 3 to 11 or whatever. Most people work during the daytime. For me, my entire pregnancy, I worked overnight. I was driving overnight. I was getting out at the truck stops, walking around, taking showers. I was getting fuel. I was doing all those things at nighttime, listening to music, vibing out. I guess just all the movement, me being on the truck, humping and bumping and, you know, driving, just naturally the movement. She said for the most part my baby's probably going to be a good night sleeper because of that. But right now he sleeps great. I mean, he sleeps amazing. He will eat, he will go to sleep. He'll wake up at maybe like 3 in the morning, and literally it will just be like a little bit of a whine that I will hear him do. I will put him on the boob and he goes right back to sleep. I mean, he damn near eats with his eyes closed. My camera died. Anyway, he'll wake up at like 3, eat, go right back to sleep, and then he'll wake up at like 7 in the morning. And when he wakes up at 7, usually he'll stay up for like an hour, maybe 2, and then he'll be ready to eat and go to sleep again. Like, he gives me the time I need. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't have any tips personally, but what I did read and research is that during the daytime you want to try to get your baby to know that it's daytime. So whenever they take their naps, like leave lights on, make noise still, like leave the TV on, vacuum, or just do things around the house so that they don't so that they know that it's daytime, because it'll be all this like noise and stuff around it, and they'll still sleep through their nap. But once nighttime comes, you know, make sure it's real dark, it's not a lot of noise. You don't want to have like a TV on or something like that. What I found out was if I was feeding in the middle of the night and I had the TV on, or if I was like using my phone as light to try to find, like, make sure I'm putting boob in his mouth, I realized that a lot of those times he would be trying to stay up. He would like think it's party time, like, oh, the TV is on, oh, the phone is on, I see light, it's time for me to be awake. And so I just completely stopped doing that. I don't do that no more. I don't leave the TV on or anything, because he'll be having his mouth on the boob and he'll be trying to turn around. So just try to make sure it's dark, it's quiet at nighttime. And usually if they're clean and fed, they, you know, I mean, I don't know, that's what they say. I don't know, girl, I'm sorry. Before I go, I want y'all to see the baby. I am going to grab him and bring him in to get on mommy duty. So thank y'all for watching this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If y'all have any more questions, make sure y'all leave them in the comments. I will do another one of these videos, and there's a couple of topics related to motherhood that I want to go into a little bit more in depth, so I might make it like its own video. But in the meantime, if y'all have any questions, let me know. If y'all have any comments, any advice or anything like that, make sure y'all leave it in my comments, because I'm always here for that. I'll see y'all in the next video.